hit, come over. Okay, I can hit, I can come over first arm, pull this arm off, or pull this arm off. But what I want to try and do is get his hand right here. So that when I come across, all I got to do now is go to what? Here or here. He's coming at me, I'm hitting him here, I'm hitting here, I'm coming over. If I come on the inside, his thumb is up, I can go into Kodayashi. If I come here, and his pinky's up, I go into Nikyo. See the difference? So, if I go on top, depending on how you want to work it, people are slippery, people will slip sometimes. Nothing goes according to plan. You go to get a move on the guy, he comes up and I'm trying to break the hold, you know, I'm thinking about motion. I'm going to hit that rib cage first. I can also come up to this way. I don't have to slip over, which is cool, but he don't see it coming. I come in from here, I go right into the technique. So let's suppose okay, or I have Nikyo where I come in from this end, okay, this end, and hold your hand under it, make sure the pinky's up. Get your hand full. Now you can see where the ridges are already, what's going on, amount of work. Okay. Let's try it real slow. Let's walk through it by the number. Choke. Hit. Hit that rib cage. Look rib. Let's try an overfeed. One through. Feed. Okay? Now what? Just raise the stick up a little bit because we're on the pinky side and put the top of the handle towards him. Put the top of the handle towards him. Hold it underneath so it don't slip out. And that ridge will take that person down. See how it works? Cover. Lift. Top ridge goes in. Person goes down. When we drop here, we push in from a punch block. Really not nice and good. You want to try it? Let's try it like this. The person that's doing it, just come down to your knees. Now let's think that we threw it, we hit him up here, and we're dropping right to the ground. So when we do that, here's our shock shove. As we drop, we're coming down low to the ground. We're hitting that, actually hitting the ground. But when I hit the ground, that's going to line up this ankle bone right here. See? So when I shoot it in, it's when I lift him up, he's locked. He's not getting out of that. He can't pull out of the back. Okay? And when I lock it, depending on where I want to take it, I'm this way. Very effective, guys. So be careful. Yeah. Very effective. This is what you're pointing to do. What you're pointing to, choke it from the rear with a close quarter choke. One arm. You're going to come in here. You're coming here. As you hit, you're going to fold. Okay? You're going to hit, fold, and take the pressure off your throat. Now watch where I go. Watch how I fold out. I'm right into the fold. Okay? Hit, take the pressure off the neck, take a fold, you're right there.
So I'm living life clean, healthy, and fulfilling some of the things that you dream of fulfilling in your life. My father fulfilled most of his dreams. I never saw the man deceive anybody. I always said this to everybody. I never saw him lie. I never saw him cheat anybody. I never saw him look at another woman, except my mother. I was lucky. I was blessed that I had probably besides probably one of the strictest parents in the world. I had, somebody that was honest and fair with everybody. And as someone said to me the other day, cards, letters, emails, everything flocking in. I can't even keep up with it, to be honest with you. He had like 100 cars in his procession, police escorts down. And some of you, I know a lot of you were not there, some of you were there. We had a police escort in every single town. He was a law enforcement as well. And he was very, very well respected. I know most of you, if you knew, probably, or could have been in his wake, would have been there. We had just a, tremendous amount of people coming and paying their respects to a man that obviously touched a lot of people, besides myself and my brothers and sisters. Or my brothers, I don't have any sisters, brothers and sisters in the arts. So, and I know that some of you people he touched more than others because he spent more time with you. But I know that he would want us to be here training. I want to thank two people. Kind of ill, or I should say he was at the nursing home. I was going back and forth, and I knew something was up, even though he wasn't really sick there. He got pneumonia. But when the last 3 weeks, I couldn't even think straight. So Sean Flanagan, raise your hand. And Joe Diaco. These two guys. A lot more applause, at least for me, because, if it wasn't for them, this wouldn't happen. Honestly, I really relied on them coming to my aid. And they were doing it anyhow. They were involved with, with this from the beginning. But the bottom line is they picked up the slack. And it was kind of like having, 3 men on base, and you're up at bat, and there's 2 outs, and you know that you can't swing very well. Okay, and you know that it's going to be very tough for you to hit that ball. Well, they hit the ball for me, so I was very, very lucky to have that happen. Of course, there's a bunch of other people that have come to my aid, Roger, Ross, just a whole bunch of different people. Fred Bernier, people in my dojo, George Espinosa, Bobby Scott, Bill, everybody was right there for me when my father was sick, and they stood by me. So with that, I'm going to teach. And I'm going to just show some of the techniques that my father enjoyed me doing and enjoyed seeing me do. Variations off of the things he taught me for all the years that I was on the mat with him. Okay, so if I can grab somebody, just move, I'll move the mat. You can use the mat. Unfortunately, I don't prefer this mat as much, only because I sink a little bit in it. It's a nice mat, but I don't like sinking too much in the mat. So you shoot. Mikey, he's a fighter, this guy. What we're going to do is we're going to work off of speed, off a straight punch here. We're going to work, first of all, what we're going to do is this. Let's use a straight lunging karate punch, but we want to, feet, our hands moving. The one thing my father always taught me is, Michael, move your feet. And when he had a bad knee, and a lot of guys that have bad knees, they don't move their feet. You can do a lot when you use your feet with your hands, especially in jiu-jitsu. Concepts that rely on practical jiu-jitsu, if you don't do traditional jiu-jitsu using your feet, you're in big trouble. Even when you're in Seiza, eventually when you're going to stand up and use those particular techniques using your feet. What we want to try to do is execute to the point where and I always say this, I'll say it over and over and over again, a bullfighter has to get out of the way of a bull. Why? He's got big horns, and if he doesn't get out of the way, he's going to get jabbed. And the bottom line, a fighter, watching David James, watching a lot of you guys that were, in order to understand fighting principles that deal with reality, you have to understand how people fight on the street. They're cheaters. They don't fight with traditional martial arts. They throw punches that are wild. They throw 2 or 3. They throw uppercuts. Used to the idea of bullfighting. So he comes in here, bullfighting. Fast, 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 bullfighting. Understand? Use your feet. So when he comes in here, I want to see you get to this point here, just turn around. This point here, do not come into these kind of, just use your hand. pull him down. Use your shoulder, choke. The choke comes from your hand stuck in here and you have your shoulder here. He can try to get out of this. He's going to have a hard time getting out of it because the hand's underneath the larynx. You want him to not have a position where he can use his chin and come down. If you start wrapping up like this, he's going to have that. Put your hand under here. Get his top of his head to your shoulder and choke. And you can bring him down to the ground in this position here. Simple technique. And just adjust it from here. So first of all, let's come in from here. 1, 2, 3. This way so they can see. Here, 1, 2, 3, and then straighten out from here. And then just lock it up. Try it. Go ahead, quick. Having a punch here, in straight over. Using traditional technique. If you look at the traditional technique, a lot of the traditional technique comes in with these kind of grabs here. So what we want to try to do is lock them in, straight down from this position here, bring them up from here. Get the elbow up. Don't let the elbow fall down. The key to this principle is to making sure that the man has nowhere to go, and the only way to do that is V your leg and from here. Every technique should end like this, just about. Why? Because you get used to it, you're going to find yourself, whether you're coming in, let me just throw you quick. Whether you're in this position here, grabbing here, punching here, down, in, and in here, we want to come up and get back into this position here. So we end up in here. Make sense? So let's do that. Come up here. We're going to grab. 1, 2, straight down. Be very careful to snap this guy's arm in 3 places here. And come off it tight and bring it down to here. We have that. Okay? Next one is, from this position here, wrist, same thing. You can come up in here, lock it here, straight down here. I'll throw you over here so you don't throw them there. In. You can bring them over, lock, up, around, keep it here. Understood? So you do this. So watch again. Grab it here, in, straight in, straight in. Very carefully. Here. You guys can do it from here, watch. Here, lock, throw, bring it down slow, and you can pull them all the way here, lock, in, here. Okay? Don't get fancy with it. So we have that one that you can use. We have this one here you can use. Here, straight down, tight, keep it nice, come off into the handcuffing position, and then we have the roundhouse punch with a punch. So when he comes in here, 1, 2, straight down, and come into here. Everything has to be quick here. It doesn't mean you can't come into these techniques. It doesn't mean you can't come into stand-up techniques. What I want you to do, though, is get used to the idea when someone swings, you want to hit them. Doesn't mean you can't come into here and throw. What we want to try to do is react. Punch, here, back to the same position. Stick with getting used to the idea that every attack, if you can learn a defense that ends pretty much the same way, watch how fast you get. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So try, go. Right? Aware of that. Make sense? Todd, where's Todd? Did he leave the room? Come on. When a man is coming and grabbing your lapel, okay? Now, would he come in with a roundhouse punch? Would he come with a straight punch? Okay, 2 common attacks. Very rarely you're going to find someone grabbing without punching you. Remember that. Okay, you can do all you want here, all you want here. If you start coming here, you better watch this hand. And you better be quick about getting to this hand. Now, if he's coming with a straight punch, which a lot of people do, is they aim right to your face straight. And they punch your face off. Seriously, they're going to punch your face off. They're not going to play. They're not going to say, well, I'll give you my, oh wait, I missed your face there. Oh no, this way here. Here. You got to learn one thing. When someone's punching you in the face, they're aiming for your face. And you can't be afraid of that. So when he grabs and punches my face, I need to move here. So when he comes in, I need to move here. Make sense? So here again, I need to move. Practice that. Now when you get finished, 1 grab. All you do is you switch. So when he goes past here, 1, 2, let him break his own arm. Feel this? Let him break. So when he comes in fast, in 1, 2, 3. Be careful because you'll snap this guy's arm with his own arm. Make sense? What do you do from here? Get him to his knee, pull it out. Back to where we were before. Watch again, comes in, grab, punch, switch. Pull this out slightly. So this ends up on near his elbow and turn this. Feel this? And then you can just switch it up, let go, and come to this. You can come back, you can bring it back up, come in with the 2 thumbs, whatever you want to do there. But don't get fancy before you look at the reality side of this thing. Because, I mean, we train for conditioning, but we also have to understand why we train. Why does everybody take martial arts? Ultimately, it's for what? Can you tell me?
Better person, fighter.
All right, to defend yourself. Learn how to defend yourself, period. And the key is when he's throwing that roundhouse punch, I need to know that when he comes in with that roundhouse punch, 1, 2, 3, I'm in this position here, I'm ready to go with this guy. I don't want him thinking again. So ultimately I want to take his mind away. Father was famous for that. He used to do this. Grab punch. Slap you. And many of you have seen that. And then go into the technique because the mind would be completely lost and out of focus. And then he was able to take and use the technique that he needed to use. Make sense?
Awesome.
So what I want you to do is try to do that. But come up with a technique that you see. So does anybody have an attack that they definitely afraid of, that they might want to try to gain access to a self-defense technique that might be usable for them? Anybody? On the ground, standing up, whatever. Nobody? Nobody has any questions about that? Okay, I'm going to go into one other technique. I'll do that one there and it throws a roundhouse punch, which is common. It can be short range here. Get your head ducked. Okay, you're going to come across here and lock. That's very, very important. Very, very important. So one more time. Lock. Lock. And then from this lock here, you can throw. And then from here, slide across, bump them over, back to where you were before. Make sense?
Awesome.
They should be in this room. I know. I'm here. They were. I'm looking for Bobby and Todd. Where'd they go? Tell me. You know what?
Right, that's okay.
It's fantastic. Self-defense, it's fantastic. It's the #1 point getter in all open championships. The back fist. Not here. Here. Why? Because here, I'll miss. Here, I can still touch. But from here, nice and quick. Nice and easy. Now make it move. Make it react. See, he's watching now. Okay?
this close? No! But you know what? I don't want to fight him this close. Because if he starts first, I'm going to get hit. Period. I don't have the time to react to it. That's that little game. I'm great at this thing. If I do we're here, if he starts first with the back fist, I can't block that thing. I don't have the time, especially if I'm thinking about some other thing. Now what's he have to do to reach me? He's got to step. When he steps, I have the time to see it. It's two-way street on practice. Two ways. Do you think how good I could be if I could be this far away and hit him with the back fist every time? How good would I be? Nobody could ever beat me. Ever. Why? He gotta move. And I don't. Boop. So what we do is we're gonna work the distance. Look how far I am away. From here, now I step. Boom. See, big step. A string from your wrist to your knee. Boom. Boom. I get the reaction. Boom. There it is. So nice and quick. You're right here. Something here, look at it. When you throw the back fist, be really, really quick with it. Don't do this, you block this thing. What has he just done? He's blocked the fastest technique that I can throw. There's no technique that I can throw faster than a back fist. It's a fact. No matter how good I am or whatever else I'm supposed to be good at. If he beats this thing, he's blocked it. My confidence kind of goes through the tubes. His kind of goes through the roof. Because now he says, when I do this, he says, do that again, because next time I'm going to kill you. So I want to practice that this thing snaps back. It comes back faster than it goes out. So don't do this. Because now when I do this, watch Josh's face. Things just changed, didn't they? Now from this, look at that face. He said, oh, I'm going to drill him. I'm going to drill him. Yeah. How many times have you been hit with the ribs when he's throwing a back fist in practice, right? I'm going to throw the back fist in your ribs. Here. You're right here. Then you got him. You got the kick. Okay? Try it. Let that snap. Quick. Speed. Quickness. Now, what happens? Okay. What happens if he face right side forward? Now what has he done? He screwed me up now because I can kick here, but there's in competition, it's not really a point. And in kickboxing, they warn you for a while, because if I do that, he drops that elbow. Right? So now we use side kick. Yup chunky, yoko gary. Same thing. From here now, watch. Boom. What does he do? Now watch slowly. Boom. Hands are up just a little bit. The head goes back just a little bit. Look at the opening. Maybe only that much, but enough. So from here, boom, boom. Now watch. Boom, wham, and in. Same thing. Boom, and in. Nice and quick. From here, boom, and in. Get the elbow up, bang. Bang. And in. Okay? Try it. Okay, stop. Add a little bit to that little thing now. Make a little game of it. Take your stand. This is called either or. It's either the back fist or the roundhouse kick. So if I, no, you're okay. Roundhouse kick, remember, this is different. So from here now, he blocks the back fist. What'd you just say? Whoa. So I make him think. Make him think. Ooh. Get the kick in. So I get it again. I got him blocking out. So make him look the same. If I do this, he's just going to back up. You laugh, but people in competition do that all the time. Then after he thumps me, I say, how'd you know what I was going to do? Simple. So it's from here, nice and simple. Nice and quick. Make him think. And then the kick him. Make him block something. Boop. Create the opening. Find out where he's open. Go ahead, get your partner. Thank you. Most of us, even if you're jiu-jitsuans, the guy what you're doing as you're doing it. So if Josh is going to throw a side kick at me, I just back up because it's the easiest thing in the world to do. He's going to react to that thing. I want to find out. I don't go, yeah, to find out how he's going to counter that. I want to throw something nice and quick that's safe. And trust me on this, the back fist is very, very, very safe. Because what am I guaranteed that he's going to do when I throw the back fist in his face? Guaranteed that he's going to do. What? Even before the block, probably. React with how? Huh? The head's going to move, isn't it? Because the arms probably aren't fast enough. So if I'm here, he's going to move the head. If he moves the head back, can he counter me? No, because he's off balance now. And he's too far away from me. So what happens now is we're creating this thing. Boom. Getting that to happen. Getting that to happen. Boom. Getting that to happen. So he has to react. Boom. And then get the kick in. Because if the weight is on the back leg, can he move it back? He's weight's on it. He's stuck. Just for a second. It's my turn. Okay? So think about that. A couple more times we'll change it. Try to get it in. He takes the stance. He's right there. What have we worked on all this time? The tummy kick, right? So watch. I come in here, he blocks the tummy kick. Good, 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 good. Oh, good block of the tummy kick. You're doing fine. Once this comes up here, see, he's thinking low. We've ingrained that fact in him right now, right? When I used to fight 12-round fights. Mine were 12 rounds. The first round, I'd come out and I'd throw about 15 or 20 little roundhouse kicks to his stomach. Wouldn't take my eyes off of that stomach at all. Just, he'd block some of them.